go to Doha and speak to the Senior International Relations and Communications Consultant at Zico's FIFA presidential campaign. That title is far too long, Ricardo. What people need to know about you is that you've been to at least 8 World Cups. You have been pitch side in 2002 when Brazil won the World Cup, standing right next to the Brazilian captain Cafu. You have worked for FIFA. You know this Brazilian team intimately and this event. Am I the only dreamer here? Because I believe that the World Cup may be the biggest cultural event on the planet.
I must say that, first of all, the opportunity to be able to talk with you and your Turkish viewers is an amazing honor and a privilege as a Brazilian. We have a very solid and strong link with Turkey, and we know that both of us love football, and we know how we suffered in 2002 against Turkey to be able to win that title. Myself, I'm entering my 10th World Cup, which means I agree fully with you that we are in the center of a moment that I believe is very important, because not only the cultural event definitely is happening, but you see, that's the very last exotic World Cup. We've been to Germany, and then from then on, 2006, the world changed. The world of the ball, the football went to South Africa, to African continent for the first time. Then, as you know, to Brazil, this big, huge continent country that welcomed people in a very fun way. Then, of course, Russia, the biggest country in the world. And now in the Middle East, in the desert. Yesterday, the opening match was in this Al Bayt Stadium. I'm telling you, it's so inside the desert. So yes, we are having the very last World Cup with a touch of exotic. From then on, the next one, you know, United States, Mexico, Canada, and so on, then Europe. But here, I believe we have a triple cultural shock, because we have this amount of people coming that represents 50% of a population of a country. Never happened. Never a country welcomed half of its own population. Then you have the fact that here the population is divided. You have the local Qataris, that they are not even 10% of the local population. And then on, you have different castes or levels. And obviously that the masses are people that come from Southeast Asia, which means the encounter between the Western media, the Western players, with those people that do not live in Qatar, but they represent Qatar in every security, every organization, cleaning. You don't deal with the decision makers. So it's a negative cultural shock. On the other hand, you know that you are in an Arabic state, and that brings us every night, every morning, a different approach. The heavy sun, the strong winds, the spicy food, the excitement of these workers that have built the World Cup, and now they are wearing those very cheap Argentina, Brazil, Portugal, Germany jerseys. You know, a curiosity. In my years of FIFA, we always had this specific rule to check out and use FIFA marketing to avoid all kind of fake jerseys and balls and boots. And strangely here, this is not enforced. And I believe it must be, I want to be a positive person and a dreamer like you, that everybody's closing one eye or maybe two to allow every single shop selling jerseys from all the countries for less than $10 completely fake, without any approach of the authorities of FIFA. So it's a unique situation. We are living a World Cup that it could represent the end of romantic football, and I think that so far we are losing the game. Football is losing the game to organization, discipline, and of course, security.
Okay, Ricardo, you know what? We'd like to touch base with you regularly during the World Cup. So this is an introduction to who you are as a person. And I'd like to take you back because of your very particular connection to the Brazilian national team, to France '98. The world doesn't know yet what happened to Ronaldo, the superstar, before the World Cup final, which of course Brazil then eventually lost to France. He was taken to hospital. He'd been foaming at the mouth. You were there. What happened? Are you able to tell us the truth?
We have this question very often. I don't know if you are aware, but in the Brazilian government, just after the World Cup, they opened an official governmental inquiry almost an inquisition that many people were called upon to the Brazilian capital, including Ronaldo and including me. One of the fun moments was that one of the senators asked Ronaldo, why did Brazil lose to France? And Ronaldo was very funny, saying, because they won. The conspiracy theories that came up as the sponsor of France maybe have paid the sponsor of Brazil, or that the owners of the World Cup, France, have pushed in a way that France may win their first World Cup. It's all completely lack of reality. What really happened is that you had a final that everybody dreamt of. Even Platini, Michel Platini, recently said, I'm not stupid. We did everything we could in order to have Brazil and France in the final. It was their dream.
Yeah.
It was exactly what they manipulated in such a way that in Paris, that day, there will be the best team in the world, Brazil, against the home team.
Okay, Ricardo, listen, I'm going to have to cut you off there. But listen, thanks very much indeed. And as I say, if we can get you on during the World Cup, there's so much to talk about, to tap into your expertise and your own personal experiences. Ricardo Setyon in Doha, thank you very much.